Okay, so once again, welcome to the Thursday night webinar. In this specific webinar, we are going to talk about my favorite thing to do when I am traveling to different destinations, and that is site inspections, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love site inspections. And it may sound crazy because, when you go on vacation or, you're going on a business trip, most people want to chill. But me personally, I want to chill, but I also want to learn about that specific destination because sometimes you'll never go back. You're going to be sending clients back, but sometimes you won't be going back. So hopefully everyone has their pen and paper, and then, go ahead and mute your mic. You're going to get your notes ready and then come to learn and come to earn, because after this webinar, it's going to teach you how to learn and earn in those specific destinations. And then we're going to also save all of our questions until the end. So I'm going to give it just a few more seconds, let a few more people join. Right. So maybe about, let's call it about 1 more minute. I kind of like to start on time. So all right, so I think we should go ahead and start. All right, so guys, what are site inspections? That's a question that a lot of new agents ask. What are site inspections and why are site inspections so important? So you guys, if a site inspection is done properly, it will position you as the authority in that specific area. Like if you have a brand that's Mexico and all you're doing is visiting Mexico properties when you are there, people are going to know that you know what you're talking about because you're doing these site inspections. You've been to the properties, you know where to send these people at. So that's plain and simple. So let's go over a few different things that a thorough site inspection will help you to obtain. And so one, it'll help you position yourself as an authority or property of the suppliers or of the destinations. Another thing is it'll keep you up to date with the supplier or property updates that they have there, and everything that's going on. You'll be able to qualify for more clients because you have did these site inspections. A lot of clients do like to see you on property or like to see that you've actually visited the place before you even send them there. So that's really good. Another thing is you'll be able to build relationships with the suppliers. I cannot tell you guys how many different relationships that I've built just from visiting properties. And so I'm going to tell you the story of this picture that's over here in a few seconds. And so you'll be able to generate appealing images. Listen, clients love images. I love images as a travel agent and travel agency owner. I love to see all of these pictures. You'll have tons of pictures, tons of social media content. You'll have things to write about for your blog posts and things to write about for your website if you don't already have one. All right. And so you'll be also able to network with other agents and suppliers that are already there. Okay. So I really can't tell you like how many agents that I have met like on-site inspections. They know their people, agents from different companies, they own their own company or they're with another host agency. They know that they're people when they see them doing a site inspection, and you just meet so many people. And then, in some situations, you'll get a lot of different product knowledge that you didn't even know, that was there. And so I do know that on-site inspections, it's either the sales manager or someone there on property that's showing you the whole property. And when I tell you there's so many different nooks and crannies of each and every property that you as a consumer, you as a regular travel agent, not saying, that you want a property inspection, you wouldn't get. You will not be able to get to see behind the scenes of, the spa or the kids club. Well, yeah, maybe the kids club if you have kids, but there's so many different behind the scenes things that you wouldn't be able to know about if you did not do this property inspection. And then so also, the property inspections will help you to earn rewards and points from those specific suppliers. You'll go on their mailing list. So if anything is going on at their property, guess what? You'll be the first one to know about it. Okay. And so let me tell you the story of Mr. Yusuf over here. So the last time that we visited Dubai, we did a tour for Abu Dhabi. And so this was right after the Grand Mosque. We took off all of our scarves, habayas, our caftans. We took them all off, and the tour guide decided that they were going to take us to it's called Emirates Palace in Dubai. I mean, in Abu Dhabi. And if there was such thing as like, 10-star, just top of the line, this will be that resort. And so at this resort, they sell coffee that has like gold flakes in it. And they sell a bunch of different things that have gold, gold in it. And so they were taking us there to get some of that. Well, me, I want to see around. And so we were not even supposed to be in there. They're like, we got to be careful because we're not supposed, they don't like, people just walking around and walking in there. And so I saw this one person, she looked very important. Like, how you can tell somebody looks important. Well, this person looked very important. And so, I'm a travel agency owner. I'm not afraid. I always have my business cards on me. And so I walked up to her. Hi, my name is Tyra. I'm with Mommy and We Travels. And I was wondering, is there anyone here to give me a property inspection? I gave her my business card. She said, I'll be right back. It was maybe a group of 20 of us that was there at that specific, at Emirates Palace. And so she came back with Mr. Yusuf. Mr. Yusuf, he's kind of famous. He's kind of famous. And he welcomed us with open arms. And the people that we were there with, our hosts, they were just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is happening. You know how lucky you are to get a property inspection or a tour around this place. They made it seem like it was a very, very big deal. So I want to let you guys know, listen, you are your own brand. Whenever you step on property, don't be afraid to give them your business card and tell them who you are and that you'd like a property inspection if there's someone there to give you a property inspection, because guess what? They love you too. They know that you know people. They don't know the type of clients that you have. Even if, like me, I was kind of dressed down because it was hot that day. It was hot the day we had just came back from the mosque. And at the mosque, we have to wear, our gowns, the kaftans and the habayas. And so we were just stopping by. I was not in my regular site inspection attire. Like, we were not prepared. I didn't know that we were going to do a site inspection, but guess what? A site inspection was granted. And when I tell you, it was beautiful. Like at this specific resort, Emirates Palace, they've run Guinness Book of Records, all types of different records. This is where all of the princesses and the celebrities and stuff stay at when they go there, or when they come to Dubai, they'll come over to Abu Dhabi, and that's where they'll stay at. And then so at this specific resort, this is the resort that has the view of it's the Fast and the Furious, where they're like jumping from building to building in Abu Dhabi. It's that specific resort. And so he showed us that specific room. If you guys go to my Facebook page and just type in site inspection and just scroll, you guys will see the pictures of this specific resort. But it is a beautiful, beautiful resort. And I cannot tell you the connections that I have made just from popping up at resorts or, actually scheduling. For the most part, you do want to schedule a site inspection, just to respect their time. But it was an amazing experience to have a site inspection at Emirates Palace, and the pictures were so beautiful, and I cannot wait to book some clients there. So that's why our site inspection is so important. They're very important when it comes to your travel business. I can promise you that. All right, so when it comes to site inspections, what you want to do is you want to decide what site, you want to decide what sites you're going to want to visit. So, if you're there for a conference, you're there for a tour, try to go in an extra day early. Try to, figure out where you want to visit while you're there. Set up the site inspection well in advance so that when you get there, things are rolling, okay? So you want to be intentional about which sites that you want to visit. You want to focus on developing expertise or suppliers, expertise on suppliers that are that interest you and your clients. And of course, I'll always give you tips to narrow down your choices when you are there, or you can make the decisions, on your own when you're there as far as which sites that you want to visit. But if you guys want my opinion on it, just let me know, okay? Right. So when it comes to site inspections, you always want to think like you're a client, okay? So have a few clients in mind when you visit a site inspection and see the site through their eyes. Don't let your ideas and preferences interfere with a thorough and objective site inspection. And I say that, and I actually put this picture here because when we were in South Beach a while ago, we set up a site inspection with SLS South Beach. It is a beautiful, beautiful, oh my gosh, it's right there on the water. It's an absolutely beautiful property. This property is not, I wouldn't say it's not kid friendly, but it's more of like a party, a party resort. So we visited anyways. Isabella had a ball with the sales manager. He was wonderful. But it's not a property that I would take families back. So I personally book, my main clients are, women and children, but I book everything. I book every single thing that's travel related on the side, outside of, my hosted group trips. So I kind of service a lot of different people, but my main clients are moms and kids. They have a special place in my heart. So we did visit this property. Now, will I sell any of this property to my moms and kids? Probably not. But guess what? Somebody's going to call me for a bachelorette party, or somebody will call me for, a venue, or somebody will call me for a really, really nice resort on South Beach. And guess what? I visited the resort. So, back to this, you want to think about your clients, whatever type of clients you have. Think about that when you're visiting these properties, and look for stuff that you think that they will look for, and ask the questions that you think that they will ask you while you're actually there. Okay. Okay, so when you visit a site inspection, what you do want to do is you want to go with the plan. Think about the room categories, think about the atmosphere, the dining, the amenities, the recreation. And you also want to use a checklist. So before I even go to a resort, I have a whole checklist. And if you guys want my checklist of what's on my site inspection, the questions that I ask on a site inspection, just ask me. I'll send it over to you guys. It's pretty simple, but I just have like a long list of questions that I ask either the sales manager or the person that's doing the property inspection. And sometimes they cannot answer all of the questions. Sometimes they may not know. They have to get back to me. But just have your own checklist of the questions that you want to ask them while you're there at that property inspection. All right. So when it comes to room categories, guess what, you guys? You want to try to visit as many room categories as you can. You want to ask them about the difference in the prices, the difference between the different category, and how does each category measure up in value, so that you know where to position your clients when you send those clients there, or while you're actually staying there. If you're staying at their property, while you're staying at their property, maybe you do want to upgrade to, a different room on, one of your last few days, just to get the whole feel of it. Property inspection, you're there visiting a lot of different places at their property. And sometimes you may not get a chance to visit all categories, but for the most part, you'll be able to visit a good portion of those categories that are available at these property inspections. Dining, one of my favorite things to do when I go on any trip, whether it's business or personal, is the food. Okay, so you got to think about, what are the different dining options? What cuisines and dining styles do they provide at that specific resort? Is there a variety? Are there a bunch of different restaurants that require reservations? And how far in advance do you need to make these reservations? You need to know this so that you can tell your clients this, or so that you can set these up in advance. Because guess what? If you go to a really, really busy resort and your client is having a special occasion, you don't want your client not to be able to, dine in at that specific special restaurant that they wanted to, just because they didn't know that, you had to make advanced reservations like far in advance. So like, these are things to ask there while you're on that site inspection. Very, very important. So while you're there, what you think about the amenities. What you're going to do is think about the amenities that are there. Are they going to fit your client's needs? Is there a resort fee? Is there an incidental security, incidental or security deposit? They're usually called one or the other, incidental deposit or a security fee. Ask them, how much is it, so that you can tell your client before they get there, because nobody wants to go to a resort and then upon check-in they're charged $200-300 extra that they didn't know that they're going to be charged. So whenever I'm booking something, or if I'm at a site inspection, this is very, very important for me to ask, what's the resort fee? If there's not a resort fee, okay, great. How much is the security deposit? What about valet? Stuff like that. So think about resort fees, which amenities are included in the fee, what are the costs, and the value of the amenities that are not provided. Like sometimes for resort fees, for the most part, Wi-Fi is usually included in these resort fees, but some places, maybe some high-end places, like Wi-Fi may not be included in certain resort fees, or you got to pay extra for it. Like, it really depends. And so it's so very important for you to know stuff like that, so when your client visits, guess what, they know, because you know. Okay, think about the recreation while you're there. Okay, so how accessible are recreational activities? Is there a variety? Are there available seasonal or year round? And what age groups and interests do they cater there? And so not only that, is it handicap accessible? Do you service handicap? Well, I'm not service, but most people will service any, handicap individual. But let's say if your brand or your niche is in, serving the needs of the handicap, you want to make sure that you actually go around and visit those rooms, and, make sure, it's accessible as they say, it is. Look around, are there a lot of steps? Are there any, other areas, to get around, for someone that's in the wheelchair or something like that. So this is very important to think about while you're on a property inspection as well. How accessible is this property? What kind of activities are included in that resort fee? What are the times? What's the usual schedule of, these activities? And, you guys may not remember it all, but guess what? While I'm doing a property inspection, I'll have my tablet with me and I'll be asking the questions. And as they're answering the questions, I'll go ahead and type the question. Well, the question is already there, but I'll go ahead and I'll type the answer in there. And if there's any, kind of activity thing, I'll take a picture of it and then I'll attach that to the email, and then I'll email it to myself. And so when I'm ready, or when I'm ready to stay at that property, or ready to service a client that wants to go to that property, guess what? All I have to do is pull up that form. I already have everything that I need. Maybe some things may need to be updated, but guess what? For the most part, I have everything that I need already. All right. So when you're there, as I said before, ask questions. Do not be shy. Ask questions during your site inspection, please. A good start is to anticipate questions your clients have about different properties. Don't forget to get your business cards from, oh yeah, that's very important. Don't forget to get the business card from the business development manager or the sales manager that's they're giving you a property inspection. Because let me tell you something. If you're getting tax write-offs for visiting certain places on business, that's another way of showing that you were actually there at that property and doing something that was business related while you were there in that specific destination. So don't forget to get their business card, because what if something happens with your email? You may need to reach back out to them. Guess what? You have another form of contact for them. And so you don't not only want to get their business card, but you want to also give them your business card. They're going to add you to their email list, and guess what? Lifetime connection right there. All right. So as I said before, document your site inspection. Okay. So you want to put a ton of legwork. You will put a ton of legwork in to complete this thorough site inspection. I promise you. But it's going to be a lot of legwork, but to me, they're so much fun. They're very, very fun to do the property inspection. So as many of you guys know, my company's brand is Women and Kids. And so guess what? When I show up to a property inspection, I'm showing up to the property inspection with my daughter. She's a part of my brand. And so a lot of times if they have a kids club, they'll take my daughter and then they'll take her to the kids club, because that's what kids do, And so her job is to make sure the kids club is fun. And she'll come back and she'll tell me whether she had fun in the kids club or not. What did she do in the kids club? What is she like? She'll let me know, versus going around and doing the whole property inspection with me. And a lot of times she does go around and do the property inspections with me, but she will say, do they have a kids club? She'll ask me, do they have a kids club? Just to see if she can go and play in the kids club and do what kids do. Okay. So like I said, it's going to take a lot of legwork to go ahead and complete a thorough site inspection. But you want to make sure that you share all of your insights on social media, your website, and with your other travel agents, because guess what? If they have a client that they want to send somewhere, they know that you know about it. Okay, they're going to ask you questions. And so the same thing back and forth. You guys have a Facebook group. Share your site inspection in the Facebook group. Listen, we love to see pictures. I promise you, we love to see pictures, because guess what? When I go on site inspections, or when I go to any property doing anything travel related, I post those pictures. You guys are going to know. All right. So how do you schedule a site inspection or get invited to a site inspection? Okay. So that's a question that I do get a lot by a lot of agents. And so I will say that, many site inspections will be a product or of an opportunity. So some of these opportunities include an invitation from a supplier, which is part of a fam trip or a component of a travel conference. So there's a lot of perks that comes along with doing site inspections, but you just don't want to do site inspections just for the perks. You want to go there for the knowledge as well. I love visiting these properties because you never really know what the property actually looks like. And so I'll tell this story. So when I was there in Hawaii, on our very first group trip to Hawaii, I always come in a few days early. And so I stayed at a different property than the one that I was actually going to stay at. But guess what, you guys? Those pictures online, they look really, really nice. And so turns out it was the lobby that looked really, really, really nice. The rooms were very outdated. I mean, they were tiny. They were okay. They were okay. And I will say that it wasn't enough for me to actually want to schedule a group trip at that specific property. So it's so very important for you to visit these properties. And so I have visited properties where I'm like, I ain't gonna send nobody back here. And so, if I don't like it, I'm probably not gonna post it to social media, you guys. I promise you I won't. And so, it's so important to visit these properties, look at the pictures and compare them to, what you actually saw there. And so down here are ways to schedule your site inspection. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna look up your BDM. So go ahead and just Google, whatever the resort is. Or if you already have connected with their agent portal, you should be able to find sales contacts somewhere in there, okay? And so you're gonna also use your Ensemble search engine. And then the last thing that you're gonna do is sign up for the newsletter. So when you sign up for the agent portal, there's probably a section that says, do you wanna sign up for the agent newsletter? And so of course, you're gonna click yes, okay? All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead and show you Ensemble. I'm going to show you Ensemble and how you find some suppliers to visit and do site inspections with. So since we're with Ensemble, we have a really, really huge network. Let me show you. We have a really huge network of suppliers that we could just, pick up the phone and call and do a site inspection if we're ever in the area. So I'll tell you this, whenever I'm in the area, it doesn't matter where I am, I'm going to try to do a site inspection because what am I there for? I'm there to have fun. Yeah, of course. And for the most part, I'm there on business anyways, if I'm traveling somewhere, but I want to see the property. I don't just want to see, the little part of the property that I'm staying in. I want to see the whole property, the whole property. Okay. And so I remember when we were in Mexico last year, oh my gosh, I'm not going to lie. I overdid it. I visited, I think either five or six properties. I don't know what I was thinking, but and when I tell you I was tired, like tired, I was so tired, but I had so much fun. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of different, business development managers and sales managers. We sat down, we had lunch, we laughed, we made connections. Isabella and I made connections. And then actually one of my travel agents, Nadez, she was actually there in Mexico with me. And she was actually able to go on one of our 5-star property inspections. And she had a complete blast. Ask her about that property inspection. She'll tell you all about it. But we had a complete blast while we were there in Mexico. And any property inspection that we go on, we usually have a blast. You may get someone that doesn't know too much about the property. Like I think one of our last properties that we visited in Mexico, we got a new manager. And so she knew some stuff about the property, but she didn't know a lot of stuff about the property. So I was kind of over it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, she doesn't, I mean, granted, she was new, but I'm just like, okay, like, I feel like we were just having a conversation. Like, the keys didn't work to the doors. And I'm just like, oh gosh, like, I'm just ready to go back to my room, go back to, to my, my resort to go ahead and relax. So sometimes you will get, super new people, and it's okay. It's okay. They're learning too. And it can be annoying sometimes, but just take it with a grain of salt and just email them the questions. Because a lot of times if they're new, they can't answer those questions that you're asking them because they probably don't know just yet. So it's very important to just go ahead and email them, okay? And so right now I'm going to show you guys how to connect with certain suppliers. If you're staying, let's call it let's say Hawaii, if you're staying there in Hawaii. So you just type in, right now we're in our Ensemble back office. All right, so we're typing in Hawaii, and then this is the hotel search, okay? So we got Royal as one of our suppliers, Fairmont, Andes. It's just a bunch of them here. And so, of course, you're not going to try to visit all of these, right? Because you're probably busy on business or, actually having fun. So pick and choose which ones you want to visit. And some of them may not be able to give you those site inspections that you like, okay? So, whenever you come across this, email a few different ones. And so, and coordinate that way. I just got kind of lucky in Mexico, too lucky, because everybody was like, yeah, of course. And so I showed up. Me and my daughter just showed up, and we had a blast. Okay, so let's say over here in the search bar, you went on ahead and you typed in Hawaii. Okay, so let's say the Royal. How are we going to contact someone at Royal Hawaiian? Right, so this will tell you tell our contacts for them. So over here, this is our contact. This is our leisure sales coordinator. Okay, so you're going to email that person right there, and then she's going to give you all of the contact information when it comes to who's going to be your person at the property to talk to. And as a matter of fact, for the most part, she'll probably set that up for us already. Okay, and then over here, this tell us the management contact. Okay. And so then the phone number will be here, the exact location, and as well as the airport that you're going to come into. And then this is their current promotions that they're going to have. And then, very important, another thing to remember about our ensemble membership is that we can offer additional amenity benefits. And so that is one thing that I do ask during the property inspection is, what are our ensemble amenities, just to compare them to what they have here, because sometimes they may have a little bit more amenities than what we already have listed here. So if that property is inside of Ensemble, guess what? They have an extra amenity benefit that we can offer to our clients. And so for this specific property, there's breakfast for 2 daily at the Surf Lene, and then over here, $100 resort credit per room per stay, and then upgraded room at time of check-in. And then over here, we have early check-in when available, and then late checkout when available, okay? And so we got all of the promotions that are going on right now. All right, and then this is how to book that hotel. And then here's some more hotel information. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. When you book the hotel, this is how you track it. So you're going to come in here and use that as a tracking form so that Ensemble knows, and then the hotel knows, and it kind of connects everybody together. And then so here's all of the hotel information there. All right, and then this right here tells you the commission percentage that you should expect from this specific resort when you're booking through your Ensemble portal. And so the current commission is at 10%. And then right here, here's a bunch of different videos for the Royal Hawaiian. So you can look at these, you can send these to your clients. Like, it's just a bunch of information that's right here on this site, okay? And then so from that, I'm gonna actually show you guys, whenever we do a site inspection and we actually really enjoy that site inspection, we will give them a certificate, a Mommy and We Travels certificate. So you guys can actually make up your own certificates, and I'm going to show you how. And if you guys want my template, just let me know. I personally use Canva when it comes to my certificates, and I have made them just how I want them. So if you guys want my certificate, all you have to do is just send me a message or send me something letting me know that you would like the template, and then all you have to do is just edit it, edit it, and then voila, I don't mind you guys using it. All right, so I'm going to show you guys my certificate. Alrighty. All right, so I'm searching Canva. All right, so here we go right here. So this is our certificate with Canva, okay? All right, so this is a certificate of excellence and recognition, and then, we'll put, whatever the hotel or resort's name is right there that we know that we're going to visit. And, this is our little logo saying that we approve this, and, for their excellence in luxury resort accommodation, amenities, staff, and tours for both solo travelers and families alike. And so if I don't feel like, I can agree with this with them, then guess what? They're not getting a certificate from us, And that's just my thing, so you don't have to give certificates whenever you go. That's just a thing that we do. We always take pictures, with our certificates, it's memories, it's, showing that you were there at their property. They're probably going to hang it on their wall. Guess what? They're going to always remember you. Like, connections. It's all about connections, and site inspections are so very, very important. So like I said, if you guys want this certificate template, just simply let me know. And then, so if you guys want to learn more about how to navigate our Ensemble search engine to look up the many different properties that are there, just let me know that as well. And of course, I'll always give you guys a training on that. And so let's see if there is any questions. Do you guys have any questions? Let's see. And so this was the site inspection that I did at the Hilton Hawaii Hawaiian Resort when I was there. Sales manager was very, very nice. I mean, I've never encountered a not nice sales manager, I'll say that. All right, so let me jump over and see if anyone has any questions. All right. So no one has any questions. All right, so if you guys do not have any more questions, I am going to go ahead and end this specific webinar. This is all about site inspections. I love site inspections. They teach me every single thing that I need to know about this property and if I'm going to send a client back or not. If you guys have any additional questions, let me know, okay? Until our next video, I'll talk to you soon.